The Prime Minister has dismissed the growing list of critics from his own side of politics as having an axe to grind, and defended a series of captain's picks for NSW Liberal Party pre-selection. Scott Morrison said he was standing up for women in his party when he, NSW Premier Dominic Perot, and former NSW Liberal President Christina McDivin parachuted candidates into 12 federal seats, instead of allowing local branch members to select them. And he defended the need to overrule party members because we were running out of time ahead of the looming federal election. Scott Morrison's handpicked candidates will be contesting the federal election. The executive decisions, which included close Morrison ally Alex Hawke, Cabinet Minister Susan Leigh, and North Sydney MP Trent Zimmerman, were the subject of a Court of Appeals challenge by Liberal Party executive Matthew Carmenzuli, which was rejected yesterday. Mr. Morrison said Ms. Leigh was under threat from factions in the Liberal Party, and I decided to stand up for her. See, I'm asked all the time, Leigh, why won't the Prime Minister do more about getting good women in Parliament and stand up for the women in Parliament? He said last night in an interview with Leigh Sales on the ABC's 7.30. So I stood up for the women in my team. Ms. Leigh issued a statement today saying she welcomed both Mr. Morrison's support and the court decision, but claimed she had no background in factional politics. The recent political pile on the Prime Minister could not be further from the reality of the leader I have worked closely with at the cabinet table, at party discussions, or socially, she said. I welcome Australia's Prime Minister publicly and strongly supporting and promoting talented women, some facing re-election, and others standing for the first time. Mr. Morrison said 50% of the candidates were male but insisted the principal reason was to stand up for women. He said the candidates also included people from Vietnamese, Indian, Chinese, Sri Lankan, and Croatian backgrounds, and represent the diversity of our population. Liberal Senator Concetta Fierravanti-Wells, in a fiery Senate speech last week that sharply criticised Mr. Morrison and re-elevated the pre-selection controversy to the national agenda, accused the Prime Minister and Mr. Hawke of having deliberately contrived a crisis in NSW through a year of delays. Ms. Fierravanti-Wells' scathing attack, in which she labelled Mr. Morrison a bully unfit to be Prime Minister, and accused him of making racial comments about a pre-selection rival in 2007, is among a string of harsh recent criticisms from his own party. Mr. Morrison on Sunday rejected claims he was involved in racial vilification of rival Michael Toke at the time of the pre-selection battle for Cook. Man charged with grievous bodily harm over prawn trawler incident off the Gulf of Carpentaria. Senator Concetta Fierravanti-Wells labelled Mr. Morrison a bully unfit to be Prime Minister. Photo, Alex Ellinghausen. NSW State Liberal MP Catherine Cusack, who last month pledged to resign over the unethical distribution of flood funding, on Monday endorsed Ms. Fierravanti-Wells' character assessment of the PM and accused him of self-serving ruthless bullying. Last night, Sales put it to Mr. Morrison the pair were just two of a range of people to recently question his character. Barnaby Joyce in a text message where he called you a hypocrite and liar. Jackie Lambie, Pauline Hanson, both say they felt bullied by you, she said. Julia Banks, Emmanuel Macron said that you lied to him. There was a leaked text from Gladys Berejiklian calling you a horrible, horrible person. That's a lot of smoke, no fire. Mr. Morrison said the allegations were untrue, and that he was allowed to disagree with people who came to him wanting something. Adelaide Home smashes expectations with $2.52 million sale. I find in these situations when people have an axe to grind, particularly on the eve of election, you know that is what happens in politics, he said. The facts tell a different story about what we've done. Opposition leader Anthony Albanese today said the Prime Minister couldn't deny that Ms. Berejiklian had made the allegation. The problem for the Prime Minister is that the text messages have been made public, he said. She made a damning statement about the Prime Minister, about his character, and in particular about him caring more about politics than he did about people.